What? Oh, let's see. What we got going on here? There we go. What is going on, y'all? We're going to give folks a minute to get dialed in. I say dialed in as if this is a Zoom call. We're going to give folks a minute to join. Hope you guys are doing well out there today. First vertical live stream in quite a while. It hasn't been that long. It's been like 2 weeks. We will get these ramped back up. We had our live reaction to the NFL draft, at least the first like 22 picks. Went downstairs, watched the remainder of the draft. My wife actually watched it, the end of it. She's not a big football fan, but it was funny. We're going to get into it in just a few minutes. Seeing if we can get more folks tuned into this. Hope you guys are doing well. We do have plans to go live tonight. So planning on at least live streaming the second round, possibly the third. It's really going to depend on what the Carolina Panthers decide to do tonight. I think a lot of folks likely, including myself, would have preferred the Panthers to trade back, but it just didn't pan out. You know what we're probably going to do? I'm probably going to sit down in the shade for a second. It's not too hot, but enjoy what little bit of shade that we can get. If you guys are here, one, appreciate you tuning in. As always, you can join this show via the chat. We are live here in Wilmington, North Carolina, breaking down. Boss man, hello, what's good? Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Today, of course, we are here and going to break down and talk about the Carolina Panthers selecting Tetairoa McMillan, wide receiver out of Arizona. Was it the right selection for the Carolina Panthers? What's good? We are hanging out in the wonderful world. You can see here a beautiful day in Wilmington, North Carolina. Hope you guys are doing well out there, folks. Please, if you guys want to join the chat like we are here today, this is a live stream. Folks that may follow the channel, maybe you don't. Maybe you guys don't follow the channel. We're a football channel. Talk a lot about the Carolina Panthers. That's really all I talk about, and mix in a little college football. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. We're here chopping it up over the Carolina Panthers and their selection last night in the NFL draft. If you are a fan of football, maybe you're not a Panthers fan and you're tuned into the chat, you're not allowed to sub. All good. I appreciate you guys tuning in. What's up, Carrie Leto? If you guys are a fan of the NFL, maybe you're not a fan of the NFL, but if you watch the NFL draft, I'd love to know what you guys think. Of course, we're going to chop it up and talk Panthers. I'd be curious what you guys thought about the NFL draft. Hey, Joe Johnson said, was thinking of grabbing some Up Dog. Hey, you already know what's Up Dog. Oh, good. Bryce Young sucks. Please be our founding fighter. Bryce Young does not suck, folks. You got to chill. I don't know why you think Bryce Young sucks. Like, we can all acknowledge he did not perform well for the first 18 to 20 game span of his career, but we saw quite a significant improvement from Bryce Young last year. I'm not here to tell you or say Bryce Young sucks. It's a big year. We all believe that. We know that's a big year for him. Panthers are my fave. TBD. All right, Brad said TBD on Tetairoa McMillan. I agree, man. I got to tell you, I'm excited on the one hand with the possibility, but I also think there's a lot of pressure taking a wide receiver in the top 10. It's something that that people are starting to talk about. I cannot remember the account that posted this, but if you go back the last 4 years, wide receivers taken within the top 10, and I think there's 5 or 6 of them. I'm on my phone, so I can't bounce around in between it. But wide receivers taken within the first round in their rookie season averaged about 1,000 yards. And I don't know if we're going to get that from T-Mac. Not saying that I don't think we should or that he can't produce, but it's going to be quite the year. I'm excited, though. At the very least, the Panthers were in a bind. There was no way that they were going to be able to acquire someone via a trade, at least someone that they wanted. All the doors were closed. Free agency wasn't there at all. So Joe said, has there been a better running back since Walter Payton? Walter Payton is quite the player. I don't know that we could say there's been a better all-around running back. Walter Payton, one of the best to ever do it. What's good, Lindsey Ogden? Hello, what's good, y'all? Folks, we are, well, chopper going over top of us. Live streaming Carolina Panthers draft talk, discussions around, this is a conversational discussion, light, laid back. Again, if you're a fan of someone else outside of the Panthers world, whoever your NFL team is, curious to know what you guys thought of the NFL draft last night. We have rounds 2 and rounds 3 going on. We're going to live stream our reaction to those, at least round 2, possibly into round 3 tomorrow or tonight. Of course, rounds 4 through 7 tomorrow. Very busy. Rory Blake on aging says, T-Mac and Bryce will be a killer. Hey, I'm here for it. I am here for it, Rory. Give me the T-Mac and Bryce Young hype. Hands down. I can't wait to see it. When you look at the wide receiver room for the Panthers, this is a really good upgrade. A lot of expectations are going to be on his shoulders, which in a way I think also opens the door for Xavier Legette and what he can potentially do as you look at the new layout. So you're going to have Adam Thielen as your slot. You know, this may be his last year. Jalen Coker played a lot in the slot, but also can hop out wide. And then you got, of course, Tetairoa McMillan. Now T-Mac taking over. And Xavier Legette, like we said. And throw in David Moore. I think that's your 5 group of receivers right there in the mix. Oh, we got someone from Vancouver, the Canucks. And so Vancouver, no hate here. I will tell you, though, I'm in North Carolina in the U.S., we have the Carolina Hurricanes, so unfortunately, I'm not a big hockey guy, but I'm a Hurricanes fan when it comes to the playoffs. Always pulling for the Carolina Hurricanes, and hopefully they're going to go up 3-0. Do they play tonight or tomorrow? I can't tell you. Trying to keep in tune, but they do have a 2-0 series lead. Fun environment. Hurricanes fans up in Raleigh. Dasher23 Gaming, what's good? What's up? I'm new here. I have a very bad, severe storm threat on Monday. I hope the storms in Iowa aren't bad. I agree, man. Y'all get some rough weather out there, kind of in that Midwest region. I don't even know if you consider Iowa Midwest or not, but feels like that part of the nation. Hopefully things stay safe out there. Rory said, have 3 of them lining up on one side and T-Mac as the X on the other. I dig it. Always. I think that's going to be a nice addition, man. Now, the question we have, like part of this live stream is like trying to understand, did the Panthers make the right decision? Because a lot of folks felt like the Carolina Panthers should have gone with defense. Like hands down, the Carolina Panthers should have made a selection on the defensive side of the ball. Whether that was an edge, even though Jalen Walker was there, they decided to move off. Feels like the Panthers' number 1 guy who they probably thought was in reach likely would have been Mason Graham, because Mason Graham was talked about in the presser and just waiting to understand exactly what was going to happen playing out in front of the Panthers. So Blessed Be Our Founding Father said, one thing is that the Panthers need to stay with the black helmets. So yes, I am all for the Carolina Panthers rolling with the black helmets. I also wouldn't mind a general refresh, like just refresh the uniforms, but I'm good with the all black. I'd even like a blue alternate or possibly a white alternate helmet. Sign me up for that all day. Brad said it's going to be interesting to see if Tet can get separation against JC. I'm thinking that's tying into JC Horn. Yes, I would like to see what this is going to look like in practice. It'll be good. Nice addition. Still a lot of needs on defense. And As Trim, hope I say that right, Trim Lawrenston says, getting Swinson at 57. I like it. The Panthers, absolutely. That's the edge prospect out of LSU. Panthers have to look at an edge today. Now, we're looking at the big board. If you're a fan of the NFL draft, if you're keeping tabs on those things, the board is very favorable for the Carolina Panthers today. It is going to be a bit of a waiting game unless the Panthers, of course, decide to trade up. They don't have a lot of assets that, may be appeasing or appealing to someone to move up earlier in the second, but you never know. They could throw in the third. They could throw in a future pick. I hope they don't. If they let the board just fall to them, it feels like you're still going to get a pretty good defensive player, like we talked about, edge, likely a need, still need a safety. So, hey, Rory, I agree with you. Look at that. I wasn't even reading your comment, and you said we only need a safety. We do need a safety. It's no knock on Damani Richardson, and you just brought in Morig, out of Las Vegas with the Raiders, who we know is going to be a starter. You have Nick Scott is your other backup for the Carolina Panthers right now. And yeah, I don't want to see him touch the field. No offense, at least unless there's just some magical resurgence that he has. So I agree. Today, if you're looking for what the Carolina Panthers can do, getting wide receiver off the board, you look at their offense, and I posted about this earlier, the offense practically the same as last year. If you were to project their roster right now, 53-man roster, I'd say they've got about 23 guys. Remember, you get 53, 3 to special teams. If you split it 25-25-ish on both sides of the ball, the Carolina Panthers have 23 on offense. Gives them a chance to add some more additions on the defensive side of the ball, which I'm a big fan of. But I think today it has to be heavy defense, in my opinion, for the Panthers. Like we said, edge, possibly linebacker, safety. I'd throw in a nickel or cornerback. A lot of work for them to do. And defensive front and tackle, things that are going to be needed for the Panthers. Trade up, yeah. We were just talking about a trade up scenario. Panthers have pick 57 in the second round, which is like in the 20-ish range, and then pick from the Los Angeles Rams and pick number 74 in the third round, which is an earlier pick. Those are, remember, just rounds 2 and 3 today. They have 2 picks in round 4, 111, 114, and then I can't tell you the picks in round 5, but they have 3. So they've got 8 more picks to go, and of course the 7th rounder. There's a chance they could package some things up if they wanted. I don't know how like we said, I don't know how appealing it's going to be for them to package that up. They may to move up, but if they have this conviction, we'll see. I do think if they decide to stay put, that there's still a lot of defensive players on the board again, wherever they decide to go with pick 57. Oh, Marco said, I did not like the T-Mac pick at first. After sleeping on it, I'm starving to love it. That's right, man. That's the way I'm in. I'm in the same boat as you, Marcos. I wasn't a fan of a receiver, but I'm coming around to it. I think the other thing that we're never going to know, who knows, one day it could leak, what was on the table, because we quote unquote heard that teams were sniffing around for pick number 8, but the Carolina Panthers, I guess, felt just compelled enough to draft a receiver, and they did it in back-to-back years now, different skill sets. If this does pan out, though, the Carolina Panthers are putting themselves in really good position for years to come if it works out the way that they want it to, with Tetairoa McMillan, with Jalen Coker, and with Xavier Legette. You talk about that core of receivers potentially being here in the foundation for this offense for years to come. It could be big. Or, if it burns and fails, it's not going to be good at all. Not good at all. Oh, Rory, don't worry, man. Marcos is good fan. He's a fan. We're all coming around to it. I think that's where you sit, is maybe you're not a big fan. So I think there's 2 ways to look at it. You can be upset that the Panthers did not pick defense. That's the way this thing goes. You would have liked a defensive selection. But you also look at it from the other side, like, okay, we didn't pick defense. I'm going to put that aside, and I'm going to say, well, you know what? The Panthers got what many perceive to be the best wide receiver available in the draft. And I can't fault them for at least doing that, for trying to give Bryce Young a weapon. We heard that Bryce Young really pounded the table. I mean, in T-Mac's presser, the light version we got last night, we'll get an official one today. I think they're lining up to do all that, to keep pounding drum right now. I saw folks posting, if you are in Charlotte near Bank of America Stadium, you should go down there, get to see it all unfold. But it sounded like Bryce Young was a big fan. They've got the Cali connection. It sounds like they were already throwing with each other. I don't know how much, but you do look at that and, like, you got to feel good that Bryce Young is getting someone in here. And I don't know if he's a T. Higgins. I don't know if he's a Mike Evans, if he's going to be his own form of player, but a good-sized wide receiver to mix in with the variety of guys that we got. Agree with the blue helmet. Yeah, another week, and then another week all black. I like it. Good on that. Most of the defensive talent is right there in the top half of the second. It really is, Marcos. A lot of defenses available. It's just like, do the Panthers have a guy out of that group? I assume they do. And can they, if they do move up, I'd prefer them keeping their third. I'd prefer them keeping their fourth. Maybe they take a fourth and a fifth, or maybe, let's rephrase that, a second in one of their fourth round selections and move up in the second round. I think that would be a pretty good swap when you're talking about a day two, or a chance to move up on day two. Your round two, to move up maybe in the 40-ish range in a fourth round selection. If push comes to shove, throw in the seventh, or throw in one of the fifths. You have plenty of fifths. So a fifth, a fourth, and a second swap. I wouldn't hate it. The Panthers have a lot of draft capital on the back end of this draft. Yes, safety, Palmetto Panther, we're going safety. Or sorry, I can't read, man. We're going edge or safety in round two. I like it. I do think outside linebacker, you look at the board, it's got to be, I mean, at least from our opinion. I think a shocking pick probably would be a tackle. Still something that I know we've talked about, but I think that would be a shocking. But I do agree, safety or edge, possibly a linebacker or defensive front. We keep kind of throwing, I mean, we go around. You name any, whatever point in the day it is, you name a player on defense, I probably could make a case for going to get them. Grasshopper Plus says, I'm going with edge. I like it. And Marco says, swap seconds and fifths, and if not, throw in a third for next season. Yeah, throw in a fourth. How about a fourth next year? You know what, though? It's good. I think we all still, as we evaluate this pick, because that's a lot of what we're going to be talking about. Interesting to see how it plays out. You look at the Atlanta Falcons, who did take Jalen Walker. They did take Pierce, trying to create some pressure, some playmakers on their defensive side of the ball. I'm anxious to see how that works out for them in the division. And, of course, the New Orleans Saints, at least to this point, rolling with Spencer Rattler. Maybe. I still wouldn't be surprised if they go to get a quarterback. Is it going to be Shedeur Sanders? I don't know. Kid out of Louisville. But I'm going to stand up, folks. It's been fun, man. We're almost 20 minutes in on the live lunch work stream here out in Wilmington, North Carolina. Appreciate you guys, as always, tuning into the chat. I'm trying to be more interactive with you guys to grow the channel, engage with you guys in different ways. Of course, you know that we put about a ton of videos. It's always good to talk and interact, though, at least live with you guys, and do the live streams when possible from the computer. But also, I'm trying to throw in at least 3 to 4 of these live streams per week just to stay in tune with you guys and keep growing, because that's the whole point of doing all this fun stuff. So anyways, probably going to sign off for right now. We'll be back tonight in our nice, snug little fake studio from home. But as always, I appreciate the subscription there. Rory, nice name there too. Yeah, Greenville, North Carolina, right up the road. Texas is a great place, man. That's where my dad's side of the family is from. They're all from Texas, Gonzales. So, and then my other side, of course, out here in North Carolina. So what's good, y'all? Hey, Logan signing off. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll be back with more content for you guys to chop up on Panthers, NFL, all the fun stuff. Y'all have a good one. If I can sign off, I will see you guys.